welcome to Talking Schmidt. I'm your host, Eric Schmidt.
Hello, I'm Greg Burmeister.
And let's take a moment, Greg, because like every time I am putting it on YouTube, when I like try and find a section in the video to like screen grab and use as the thumbnail. So let's both just smile at the camera and maybe give like a thumbs up. There we go. Cool. Like, that'll be.
I forgot you can do custom thumbnales.
Yeah.
On,
very
YouTube.
excited. Yeah. YouTube.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What a platform.
What a platform. Greg, one time I did an open mic in Brooklyn, New York City.
Yes.
I was walking to the subway after the mic and I heard a black gentleman yell out YouTube. And I like turned because I thought he was calling me that, and I thought that was just like a nickname.
Hey, YouTube.
Yeah, I thought it was like a new slur for white people that black people were using. Which like kind of makes sense. You know, white people are really into YouTube.
Really, yeah. They're like going down rabbit holes on YouTube.
So I was like, huh? And then he realized he was not talking to me. But I thought it would be a good one. So maybe let's get that going. Yeah, if black people, if you want to do that, I think that's a fun one. Calling white people YouTube. So we started out the podcast making up racial slurs for white people. This is fun. Greg, I understand you watched the time change happen live last night.
I did.
Very exciting. By accident, right?
Yeah, I was in bed and not sleeping, but
sure, yeah.
I was just laying there and I looked at my phone to see what time it was, and it was 1:59 a.m.
Right.
And I was like, oh, buddy, it's coming. And so I just kept looking at it for a few seconds, and it went from 1:59 to 3 o'clock.
Yeah. Was it like jarring? Were you like,
yeah.
You're like, whoa.
I almost vomited all over my bed.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
buddy.
The sudden, yeah. If you're not paying attention, it just goes over you.
Yeah.
It doesn't. But like if you're watching it happen,
it's a lot to take in.
Yeah, I would probably barf if I was watching that. So I'm glad I wasn't watching that.
Yeah, for the best.
Yeah. What have you been up to today, Greg? Have you done anything? It's a Sunday. That's what we usually record on a Saturday or a Sunday.
Yeah.
Record on the weekends. And then, Greg, it's so much. It's a lot editing this,
Yeah.
So like it goes out, it takes a few days and it usually goes out on Wednesday night, Thursday morning.
Yes.
Yeah. And then then it takes me a little bit to like, wrestle with the YouTube,
Yes.
So like, it's, and by YouTube, I mean the website, I'm not
online
going
platform.
around. Yeah. I'm not going around wrestling with white people, but, so what have you done today? It's a Sunday. Yeah.
It's a Sunday. I sent a couple emails this morning.
Great.
Very excited.
Yeah. Love that.
And then I got a breakfast sandwich with you.
Yeah, we just had a breakfast sandwich. We go to Comfortland. It's a great place for a breakfast sandwich.
I would ask what you've been up to, but I was there with you.
Yeah. So. Well, I mean, you weren't with me in the earlier part of my day. That's
true.
I woke up at my apartment.
Very
good place to wake up.
Very good.
By the way, and I woke up and I went to the farmers market this morning. Yeah, there's a great farmers market on the Upper West Side near the Natural History Museum.
How many farmers are there?
So many farmers, Greg. Honestly, I was like, I didn't realize we had this many farmers in America.
Yeah.
So, and these are just regional ones. These are like, because like there's a rule at that farmers market. You have to be like 100 miles from like where the farmers market is.
Guaranteed freshness.
Guaranteed fresh, guaranteed local, which is great. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, if you're buying local in New York City in the winter, not a huge selection of things growing this time of year. Your potatoes is what.
Yes.
But there's also farm fresh eggs, which is what I go for. And there's a great there's a couple great egg distributors at the farmers market. I forget the name of the one I go to, but it's really good. Sometimes there's a line. Sometimes they run out. So
wow, you never know if you're going to get your eggs.
No, and so I was walking home with my eggs, which is like dangerous, because like you're walking around with 12 eggs, people are like, that dude's rich. I'm going to rob that dude.
Yeah.
So thankfully no one like ran up on me and, gun to the face and took my eggs. But so I was walking home though, and I passed one of those Cybertrucks. Have you seen those?
Yes.
Those big hideous things that some people are like douchebags drive around.
I was at one time I was leaving the movie theater and I saw 3 of those things parked like right next to each other,
Wow.
and it was terrifying.
It's like the opposite of the three wise men. It's like just the
like three of
just
those.
the dumbest people. But yeah, so I saw one and I was like, man, I literally have eggs in my hands. I could just like pop one at the fucking, the windshield. It would feel great, but like the eggs were $11. So
It's like $1 per throw.
I know. Yeah. I was like, yeah. So I was like, man, I can't be, the Patreon isn't doing what it used to these days. I can't be affording. So if you want to donate $11, I will egg a Cybertruck.
Perfect.
Yeah. So anyway, that was my day. I went and bought some eggs and some taters, which like is all you need,
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, you can survive off eggs and taters.
Maybe a little bacon.
Yeah, maybe some popcorn.
Yeah, well, yes, of course. And by the way, we just want to remind folks you can buy Greg Burmeister's brand popcorn. If you're on the Greg Burmeister popcorn diet, you can buy it from Greg's website.
Very tasty and low calorie.
Yeah. So, Greg, we have a lot of things to talk about today, by the way. So we're trying to move. If you're watching this and you're like, God damn, they're jumping from subject to subject. It's because there's so much.
We've got a long list.
And I shouldn't waste time talking about how much stuff we have to talk about. So on Friday, I went to a birthday. I just want to take a moment and wish a happy birthday to our friends Andrew and Veronica. It was their collective birthday.
Very good. Very good.
So I went to that on Friday. That was big fun. But I had to kind of take it easy, Greg.
Oh no, why is that?
Well, because I had a bachelor party the next day, yesterday, for a friend of the podcast, Troy Kaiser.
Yeah, very good man.
Good man. And it started at 11:45 a.m. Like, bachelor parties, I don't think should be allowed to start in the a.m. part of the day. But they could have waited 15 minutes, but they wanted. So what it was is it was at a bathhouse or like a Turkish bath, or I think this one specifically was Ukrainian. Ukrainian bath. Don't want to get political, but they. Yeah, so we went. I'd never been to a bathhouse before. Have you been?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so I was always afraid to go to one because I thought it would be just like a lot of naked dudes.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, have you ever been to like the gym?
Yeah.
You ever go to like the
I don't really
Wyatt?
like the gym either.
Yeah. Because the naked dudes.
Yeah,
It's like,
I worked at the YMCA in high school.
oh my God, you must have seen all the naked dudes.
Yeah, it was enough to deter me for life. No more.
It's troubling. Like, I hate it. Like, I was like a member of the Y for a little bit here. I would go and play basketball. And like, I wasn't like, because, I live close enough that like I don't need to shower at the gym, but I would change at the gym, because like you'd have to wear like winter clothes and then change into your basketball shit at the gym. And man, fucking old dudes just love walking around naked for way longer periods of time than they need to be. You're just like, what are you like in the process? What process are you in right now? Like, are you just hanging out in here fucking naked? You should not have this much body positivity, by the way. You are a hideous man.
Yeah.
Like, stop this. Like, I don't understand why. What is this for? Who is this for? Like, it's not like they're in there, I don't think anyway. It's not like they're in there like trying to like hook up with dudes.
No,
they just seem like
they're just like moping around by themselves.
They seem like straight dudes who just want to be assholes about their nudity, and you're like, dog, stop this. This is no. So anyway, if you're one of those guys, kill yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I'm allowed to say. I don't think we're allowed to say that. That might be finally the thing that YouTube's like, nope, no. You like insinuated about killing billionaires, and that was fine. But when you told old naked dudes to kill themselves, where we draw the line, we're getting shadow banned for that shit. But yeah. So anyway, so I went. All that to say, I went yesterday, and it was nice. There were not a lot of naked dudes around. I saw no naked dudes, as a matter of fact.
Very good.
Yeah, it was. So like, I'm into it now. Like, I get it. Like, I did the steam room. That was really nice. And like, I'd been kind of like having like, I don't know if it was like long COVID or what the fuck's going on with me, but like, it really helped like the breathing, and I did the cold plunge. It was great. Yeah, I felt really good. And I like, I obviously it was a bachelor party, so there was some emphasis on having some chowders, if you know what I mean. If you getting a little shazzy, if you know what I mean. So and
you can do that at the bathhouse?
Oh yeah. They sell adult beverages.
Oh.
Yeah. So like we Yeah, they got like the VIP room, which man just looked like a trashy uncle's like basement. It had like a hot tub in it and like a giant poster of fucking Tony Montana,
Typical.
like a Scarface poster of him in a hot tub smoking a cigar above the hot tub. And there were ashtrays all over the place, so they were cool with indoor smoking in this like situation. So yeah, just all the fixings of like a trashy uncle's basement. It had a pool table. And yeah, it looked like the kind of place like a lot of like mobsters had sex with hookers. Like there were like these giant, like almost bed-like leather couches, and there was like a shower in the VIP room, and and a bathroom that was just like a toilet and a sink, which is great, what you want in a bathroom. But then also it was just all cement in the bathroom, so it was clearly like so they could just hose it down, and like a drain in the floor. But yeah, no, it was it was nice, and yeah, I'm like totally sold on those now. Like I mean, they're kind of expensive to go to, but like I could see myself doing that with like friends, because I have like a few friends who are like really into that. So and I was always afraid to ask them, like, is there naked dudes?
Yeah, is it weird?
Yeah. Because then they might be like, are you into naked dudes? Like, no. I want to avoid naked dudes. That's how not gay I am. I'm like, no, I have a zero tolerance on naked dudes. But anyway, yeah, so I'm sold on those things. You should come sometime. It was really fun.
Yeah.
And man, weirdly, because it was Ukrainian, so they had like really good pierogies.
I love a nice pierogi. Ooh,
yeah, there was like really good food at this thing too. Ooh. So yeah, I mean, just it was. I guess I should tell people which one it was. It was oh my gosh, Fulton. It was 88 Fulton Street is the address, and I think it's called like Wall Street Baths because it's down in like financial districts. So I bet they get the worst people in there.
I was gonna say, I bet their clientele is.
Luckily, I went on a weekend, so all the fucking finance dudes were out of town.
Don't go at 6 p.m. on a weekday.
No, oh my god. So anyway, the Academy Awards were Sunday, last Sunday, Greg. After we recorded. Conan, I thought, did a wonderful job.
I liked his. I watched his monologue, and then I just kind of turned the volume down for the rest of the ceremony.
Right. I don't think I've seen any of the movies, which is rare. Usually I've seen a few of them.
Yeah.
And you go to every movie. Had you seen?
I hadn't seen all of them, but yeah, quite a few of them.
Okay. Of the like Best Picture nominated ones.
Yeah.
I thought, man, it didn't get like a good response from the crowd, but when that firefighter did that joke about the, I'm going to tell the joke. He Conan had the firefighters come out. That like are heroes and help Los Angeles in the wildfires, and he had them do like monologue style jokes, a few of them. And the first one
was like when Letterman did the top 10 with like several people.
Right.
Yeah.
So he had this fireman, I forget his name, but he was like a lot of people lost their homes, and I'm talking, of course, about the producers from Joker 2.
Yeah. I thought that was great.
Yeah, but it got like
Joker 2.
People in the audience were a little like, I don't know if that's cool, but I thought it was very cool.
I thought it was great because that was a bad movie.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Academy Awards I thought were really good. I'll try to watch some of the movies that won. So I found out something funny about a friend of ours, Greg, this week. So I listened to the podcast 60 Songs that explain the 90s. It's a great podcast. It's hosted by Rob Harvilla, who's very funny and a great music critic and writer. So there was an episode about Going the Distance by Cake.
Yeah. Classic song.
Great song. Yeah. And I love Cake. You like Cake?
Oh, yeah. Big fan.
So we have a mutual friend and friend of the podcast, Robert Dean.
Yes,
right? Yeah.
yes.
And I saved his life.
You did? That's right.
If you haven't listened to that episode, it's a great one. Robert Dean and I talk about that. But anyway, so I saved Robert Dean's life out at the beach one time, but that's neither here nor there. So I'm like, oh, man, I bet Robert Dean is a fan of Cake, right? Like, doesn't he seem like
he seems like a Cake guy?
Yeah, right. So I sent him the episode, and I was like, "You a Cake guy?" And he said, "No." Ooh. And I was like, "What?" Like he looks like he'd be, and I don't mean that bad. Like I'm a Cake guy, you're a Cake guy.
Yeah.
he's like he's a white guy of like our age and like, wears flannel sometimes and like has facial hair. And,
seems like the target demographic for that music.
Yeah, but like, no.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm talking about that, but I felt like I needed to say it. And he's the most cake guy, non-cake guy.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
So if you're a cake guy and you'd like to learn more, email us at talkingschmidt69@gmail.com. Okay, or if you are a friend of Robert Dean's and you think he's secretly a cake guy and lying, and you have proof, send it.
We definitely need to know.
If you've been to a cake concert with Robert Dean, send us that proof. Picker, it didn't happen. So I remember a few episodes ago I had received a message, threatening in tone, really, from a young man. I'm assuming young man named Jason King.
Yeah.
On Facebook.com, and what I gathered from what he was saying is that he's a big fan of 80s guy, apprentice dude, Home Alone 2, Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And it was confusing, and but it seemed he seemed angry in his message, and so I didn't say anything back. I was like, I don't know what this is. I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
Greg and I don't have to respond to every message we get. We appreciate most of the time.
If we like to respond to everyone if we can and if it's appropriate.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't know. I don't even know if this is a real person.
Yeah, could be a bot.
Could be a bot of some kind. So on March 4th, State of the Union was going on, or about to start. 8:59 p.m. I receive a new message from this young man. He said, make sure to watch what a real president does tonight. And then, so that's one message. And then he sent another one, pretty funny to mock him now, but remember, I'm a racist, anti-American idiot, deplorable Homer Simpson fool. And he sent the crying, laughing emoji.
A lot of adjectives.
Yeah, and like, I don't think we should talk ill of Homer Simpson like that.
No.
I think, I don't, say what you will about the guy, but he's a lovable character,
Yeah.
Also, he's kind of written to make fun of a lot of people. So if you're relating to that character, might be time for some like reflection on yourself.
Yes.
And then that was one message, and then the third message I received that night was, rationalize me one question, which like I don't that's not how you say whatever he's trying to say. Why is your kind of people such a despicable waste of human spaces?
Like what's his end game here?
What's my kind? What does he mean by this? Like what? White people?
Yeah,
YouTubes? I think you're a YouTube too, dog. I don't think we should be talking like this.
Also, why is he coming after you?
Why is he coming at me so hard?
Is he just messaging every single person on the internet who doesn't agree with him?
I don't know. So then I finally, I couldn't take no more, Greg. I finally was like, I got to respond.
Yeah.
So I said, who is this?
Why are you talking to me?
No, first I thought I'd let him tell me who he was. And he didn't. But then, so that was it. There was no response from that. I guess who is this was too confusing of a question.
Yeah.
So then,
this is Homer Simpson.
God damn, I just told you. So then he messaged me again 4 days later. He sent me a video, which like, I don't watch videos that friends send me.
Yeah.
Why am I going to watch a video of some random person?
Especially, if it's longer than like 10 seconds, I'm usually just like, nah, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't want my like algorithm. I got a good algorithm. I have no politics in my algorithm.
Oh, very good.
Because I don't engage with political posts.
Same.
You know, so my algorithm is just like recipes, restaurants, like cool New York restaurant, like recommendation type things, and bra try on videos. That's all I'm getting.
Ah, very good.
Right. So like so that's why I don't click on anything anyone sends me, because I don't want fuck with my algorithm. So I said, who is this? And then on March 8th he said, maybe you can learn from this, but I doubt it. And he sent some video. I imagine it's like it's pro-Trump in some way.
Yes.
And so I followed up. I said, again, who are you? Do I know you?
Yeah.
So I mean, I'll keep folks up to date on this. I don't know what's going on. Did you watch the State of the Union, Greg?
No, I didn't.
Same. Did not watch it. Very good. Okay, so nothing to say about that.
No.
Have you heard Canadians are booing American or America? They're booing America. They're not booing our hockey players. They're not booing our national anthem because our national anthem is pretty cool. You know, it's got a good sound. I know it has there's a verse that's kind of troubling about it though. So also, I saw you posted this. Yeah. It is weird that we do any of that.
Yeah, right. I was like, why don't we just play a song that's cool like a Rolling Stones song?
Yeah, or like, hey ya, remember that song?
Yeah,
Outcast.
play some Outcast.
My
Come
God,
on.
we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the forced patriotism before a sporting event is just weird. Like it'd be like, you know, because it's entertainment too. You know, like why? Like it'd be like if you went to the movie and they made you fucking do that.
Yeah, or like say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, Pledge of Allegiance is weird as fuck too.
Yeah,
like why did they make us do that? And the kid, I remember like the first time a kid in class was like, I'm not doing it. I was like, oh, you can do that? And like you can do that, but like I never found it worth the trouble to like protest in that way because like you didn't want to like I just didn't want. I'm a sucker I'm a people pleaser. I want people to like me. So I'm like, all right, you idiots like doing the pledge. I'll do the fucking pledge too. Whatever the fuck you got to do. But like, I totally understand people who don't want to fucking do it.
Yeah.
And like, I don't blame Canadians for booing our dumbasses right now. What's crazy to me is Americans are like getting mad at Canadians for booing. And it's like, what's the trope about Canadians? What's the one thing everyone's like, oh, they're so nice.
They're so nice.
Yeah. They're so nice. If the nicest people in the fucking world are booing you, that's on you. That's not on them. If you're so bad that the nicest people are booing, again, look into yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, and please accept, you know, I feel like you should accept me and Greg if we need to move there from what I just said, Canada. You're welcome. Greg, big news. I'm selling a helmet.
Oh, what kind of helmet?
Well, so I'm glad you asked, Greg. I bought a helmet in the pandemic because I was riding around on those Revel scooters a lot.
Oh, yeah.
To avoid like being on the subway with a bunch of people. And I was doing some cleaning the other day and I found it under the bed and I was just like, oh man, this like reminds me of a time in my life. And I was like, yeah, I don't need this anymore. I'm not going to be riding a bicycle or anything that like would require me to have that in the near future. So I listed it on Facebook Marketplace, $25. I think I paid like $40 for it.
Oh, wow.
And it's in great condition because I barely wore it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But listen, folks, one time only. And can we get a picture of it? Can we get a no? Okay. Right. If you're a friend of mine, you can text me. If you're an enemy of mine, like Jason King, you can send me a Facebook message.
Just be sure to tell him who you are.
Yeah, right.
Don't just go on some unhinged rant.
So I'll tell you what,
politics.
right now, if you say you saw this podcast episode, $20.
Wow.
I'm slashing the prices, Greg.
That's great.
$20.
$5 off
for this helmet.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
it's black.
Steal.
It's really nice. It's sharp looking, thinning. Yeah, it's extra large. I got a big head, as you can see. So anyway, yeah, if you're interested, get in touch. $20 or best offer. Greg, it's March.
Mm-hmm.
Very exciting.
It is.
What are you doing for Christmas?
Probably just going home for a couple days.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Have your folks started asking you?
No.
Okay.
Can't.
This is normally the time of year that like my family would start asking. Like, all right, what's going on for Christmas?
With mine, it's just kind of implied that I'll go home and that's it. Yeah.
Maybe we'll get them here one year.
Yeah, maybe.
That'd be fun. When was the last time your parents came here?
It was like right when I moved out here, a couple months after. So it would have been 2011.
Very good.
Yeah.
Now you've lived here for a long time, Greg, but I understand you have an announcement about
the city.
Yeah.
New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've decided to officially back out of the New York City mayoral race.
Talking Schmidt exclusive.
I'm no longer running for mayor.
Co-host Greg Burmeister no longer running. Big news. Big news. But speaking of that, and I'm very sorry, Greg, I would have voted for you.
Hey, thanks.
Because I like you a whole lot. You seem like you have good ideas. But with you out of the race, this means that I am now going to endorse, and I don't know how to pronounce his name. I believe it's Zohran Mamdani.
Ah, very good.
He seems like he has really good ideas for the city, and I'm excited about him. He's a young guy, so young, in fact, that I posted like a thing that I was like into him, and one of our mutual friends, I'm not gonna say what it is, was like, "Oh man, I know that dude. I went to school with that dude. Like he's an asshole, but
he's a terrible person.
But I'm also gonna vote for him because he's the best.
He's better than the other.
Like I personally no, but like politically yes. So
that's hilarious.
That's how good this dude is. People who don't like him, people who
went to school with him and don't like him
are gonna vote for him. So there you go. That's the best. That's the best you can do. Also, he's really funny. I shared a thing of his, and like I'm not like a big deal on the social medias or on the local political scene. And I was like, vote for this dude. I called him this dude too. Like that's what I said, and he liked it.
This guy.
Yeah. I like the cut of his jib. Maybe I would like him if I went to school with him. I don't know, but that's the thing. There are people younger than me who are saying they know him.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Greg, I learned an interesting fun fact the other day. You know the song "Fast Car" by Tracy Chapman.
Yeah.
Terrific song.
Classic.
Yeah. 80s song, by the way. I'm sure you maybe knew that. Yeah, it actually came out in like 1988. And it became really popular because she performed it at like Nelson Mandela's, and I might be getting some of this wrong, at Nelson Mandela's 70th birthday. And it was kind of an unexpected thing. Like she went on and did some songs, not that song. And then she was supposed to be like playing before Stevie Wonder came on. And then Stevie Wonder backstage, I guess he needed like a floppy disk in some way for like something he was doing, and he lost it. It went missing, and he just like kind of ran away. And so they were like, shit, Stevie Wonder's missing. Back out there, Tracy Chapman. And that was when she performed it, and it was such a big hit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but it got me thinking, man, Stevie Wonder must lose shit all the time. Dude is blind.
That was my first thought. I was like, I mean, it makes sense. Lost the floppy.
Maybe have someone else handle the floppy disk, Stevie.
You need like a floppy handler.
Floppy handler. That's what no, we're not going there. We're just going to leave that one. We're going to keep this PG. And speaking of trivia, Greg, I host trivia at Barcelona Bar on Mondays, but the last one I'm going to do before Adam Santiago returns to host is I'm going to be March 24th is going to be my last one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but then Adam returns on the 31st, and it's a great trivia night. I'll be there on the 31st for Adam's inaugural one back after being gone for parental leave. So very exciting. But yeah, please come see me do a couple more, or maybe just I'll see you the night Adam returns.
Yeah.
But nice. Barcelona Bar, by the way, is where that is.
Yep, 8th Avenue and was 55th?
Yeah, 55th and 8th.
I always forget which 50 it is, but...
Sure, that's okay. You can just look it up. Barcelona Bar. And then I started the open mic at the Gutter, which is really fun.
Yeah,
and,
every Thursday.
Every Thursday at the Gutter. If you're a comedian, come out. You can do the mic. I met the other Max Fine, finally. There's another Max Fine. So there's friend of the podcast, Max Fine. Yeah. And now there's enemy of the podcast, Max Fine. No, he seemed like a really nice guy, this other Max Fine.
He's also fine.
Yeah. Well, I felt like, that meme of like George W. Bush finding out about the second tower getting hit? Yeah. That's what I felt like when I met the second Max Fine. I was like, oh, what?
Oh, no.
Started barfing immediately when I met him. But no, he's a nice guy, very funny comedian too. So excited about that. Live Snakes, folks.
Yes.
April 3rd is the next one. We're switching to first Thursdays of the month. Catherine Zini hosts that, the first one that we're doing, the one in April. And Frank DiRogerio is going to be on that one. I'm sure she's got so many tremendous great comics. We'll have updates on the lineup for that one. And finally, in this section of the podcast, I will be performing, I'll be on the road opening for Rojo Perez, hilarious comedian, in Lakeland, Florida, of all damn places.
Oh, hey,
So
now.
come out and see that. Union Hall, I'm not sure on the time yet. I'll keep you updated. It's not till May anyway.
Nice hometown show. How about that?
So cool your tits, Greg.
Yeah.
Cool those tits.
Always.
Yes, all right. Well, thank you very much for listening and watching, and God, have a God-blessed day. Talking Schmidt is recorded at Burmeister Studios in
Astoria, Queens.
Opening music is by Greg Burmeister. Closing music is by
Greg Burmeister.
Our intern is Jason Travis. If you like what you've heard, please like, follow, and write a review for us wherever you listen to podcasts. If you didn't like it, please keep listening to it, but keep your opinions to yourself. If you really liked it, you can find bonus episodes over on our Talking Schmidt Patreon page. Membership is just $5 per month, and it goes a long way to buy us the equipment and bourbon we need. Thanks in advance, and hope you're doing great.